The Dice Tower is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. And by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool Stuff, in stock at coolstuffinc.com. Hey there, Future Eric here. So, once again, this is our live show from the Essen Spiele, and we were given the usual when we walked into the auditorium, which are these crazy microphones that could only be on for one person at a time with a delay in between using them. And plus the room is, echoey. And we did our best. And I think you should be able to understand what's going on. But just be aware, this is another one of those live shows. And I hope you enjoy it.
The Dice Tower, episode 578.
Obviously, we're live from Essen 2018.
We're live in Essen, Germany for Spiele 2018. We have the whole team on deck. Mandy, Suzanne, Z, Sam, Tom, me, and some special guests. We'll play a game with the audience and check in with what we've been playing too. You're a special guest. I'm Eric Summer.
Emphasis on the special.
And here's your host, the Peter Parker of board gaming, Tom Vassell.
Whenever we do our show, it's the halfway point. We're halfway through the Essen Fair at this time. Everything is downhill from here, big crowds, and the games get cheaper or they're gone. So we're going to get started. Near the end of the show, we'll do some live Q&A. So if you have a question, you should probably start thinking about that now. But before we do that, let's just jump into things and talk about some things we've seen here. We'll start at the end with Mandy.
Why do you always start with me?
I said, This is going to take a while. Because you're at the end.
Okay. So I'm going to actually start with a game I played when I came to Germany on Saturday. I played it with the Lusa family. It was Carpe Diem. So of course it's a Feud, but I had to make notes because my memory is short. So has anyone played it, first of all? Okay, so if I miss things, please don't yell at me. Okay, so in Carpe Diem, it's a card and tile drafting game, and of course it's a Feud, so there's lots of ways to score. And it's 4 phases and 7 rounds. You're trying to build villas, landscapes, so you have your own board that you can take these tiles and try and complete these buildings. They also give you bonuses, which are great. And depending on the area you put them in, your board has other bonuses on the side that you can get at the end of the game. Scoring is given to you in cards, which is different for Feud because it usually has the different tracks. And you also have another track for scoring, Feud game. The banderole track, it looks kind of like a scroll, but this is another way that you can get points. You also have scoring cards that you can place your disc on at the end of the round. If you've completed the objective on the card, you provide the goods that it states, and then you can get points based on that. So overall, that's general consensus of the game. At the end, you score all the villas and any of the buildings you've built, and on the side, any end game points. Most points wins. I liked it a lot.
Sounds fascinating.
I love the fact that she has more notes than my game had rules.
All right, let's move on to Sam.
All right, is everybody done?
Press the button.
You're done
You are
talking?
authorized to press the button.
Okay, thank you. All right, so the game that I would like to share with you is a game that I played yesterday, one of 3 different ones that I played. And it is currently available. You can go pick it up if you want to. It's called Galactic Warlords Battle for Dominion. One of the most generic titles, but don't let that push you off of it. It has a lot of really interesting mechanisms in it. You're basically going to be adding. It's area control. It's card driven. You're going to be taking these mercenaries that are your cards out of your hand, and you're going to be playing them down into your tableau. When you play it down into your tableau, it gives you some actions that you can carry out during the course of your turn. And then when you add more mercenaries, if you match the circles that are the half circles that are on each side of the card, it could give you a bonus action that'll give you some extra special abilities during that round. But generally speaking, it's a really neat game that is just simply area control with that card-driven mechanism of playing your mercenaries down in your tableau. On top of that, though, your mercenaries are all attached kind of to a certain kind of planet. And if you're controlling that kind of planet at the end of the game, you're going to score bonus points for each mercenary that you have that are from the planets that you control. So it's a really neat game. It only plays in about 60 to 90 minutes. We took about 90 minutes to play yesterday. It was a 3-player game, and that was with rules instruction. So it's a really fun game. Great production. The miniatures are good, not Games Workshop good, but they're still very decent, and it provides a little bit extra 3D pop to the game. So it's a great game. You should go check it out. Galactic Warlords.
Sounds fascinating. All right. I'm saying positive things.
In a very rude way.
All right, Eric.
Thank you, Tom. So I was very disappointed to find out that Pandemic Fall of Rome was not for sale.
No one cares.
But I did get to play it. This is the new Pandemic historical version. Paulo Morai and the original Matt Leacock designer, they teamed up on this one. The differences with regular Pandemic, obviously the map is different, but the diseases are now invading hordes.
That's rude.
It is. They come, to call them hordes, they come from specific spots and they follow paths along the way toward Rome. And so when a bad card gets drawn, it may say that a gray cube shows up in Constantinople, but it doesn't just pop up there. You have to sort of work your way back to where you find gray cubes, and then they advance one. If there are already gray cubes in Constantinople, sure, you add them. But they don't just show up, which is kind of a neat progression. Each of the factions, there are 5 of them, they require a different number of cards to form an alliance. This is how you cure the disease in this version. You need to form an alliance with them, and one only needs 3. Others need 4, others need 5 cards to do this. Other differences are that you have to roll dice to get rid of the cubes, the invading cubes. And you also need legions. So you pick up these legions and deliver them to where they need to go so that you can fight the cubes. And you may result in losing some of your legions, you may remove a bunch of cubes, you may trigger an ability that your character has. Your character has a little eagle symbol, and when you roll the eagle, it may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing that happens. The more powerful characters have negative effects when they roll eagles, and the more neutral characters that have good, useful abilities but not fantastic may have much better effects when they roll an eagle. The last thing that's a big difference is that the event cards that you can play at any time, you have 2 choices with those. You can either do their regular effect, or you can do a super powerful effect, but the downside is that you must decline Rome. The track along the side that's sort of like the, not the epidemic track, the outbreak track, is this decline track, and you can knock that down a notch in order to use the super powerful ability. This is enough of a change from standard Pandemic that I think it certainly deserves another spot on the shelf. And for fans who, or maybe players who don't think, is that not a surprise? That people who maybe think Pandemic is too puzzly, this might appeal to them because there's dice rolling, there's more of a battle feel to the whole thing. It's not deterministic when you take an action. I can't wait for this to come out. I hope it's soon. Pandemic Fall of Rome.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was getting a little gun shy there. Sam and I have enjoyed this game for years. Well, it was called Defenders of the Realm. I mean, it sounds almost like it, doesn't it? It does. All right, my turn.
It's not quite the same, is all I'm saying.
See, I I started this trend 2 years ago. I'm just saying, and now you're just catching on.
That was an accident.
So
Okay. We'd like to thank our show here, and our Essen coverage is sponsored by Colossal Games and Matago Games. Fantastic. Sam, did you see the giant Kemet setup they have with the walls and everything, miniature walls?
No.
Well, you should go when you get a chance. It's really cool.
I will.
And that is how you have a peaceful conversation. But one of the games that I went over to the booth and played for a while was Combo Fighter. I first played this at Dice Tower Con. They're demoing it. It's from the same guys who made London Dread. And this is like Street Fighter or Tekken or one of the good ones, those fighting games. And it's really fast. And you're basically playing cards, kind of a rock, paper, scissors, but once you play a card and hit your opponent, you can do some combos. Each fighter has special abilities. You're just trying to make your opponent run out of cards in their deck. Really fast. We're talking 15-minute, 20-minute game. I've always liked Yomi for this category. This kills Yomi. It's so much faster, and I really like it. It also feels really balanced. So that's Combo Fighter.
That sounds fascinating.
Oh, wow. Bob is
That's what I'm all about, stealing, taking, and stealing. All right, my pick is the only game I've played here. My pick is one of many games I've played here. That's a joke for the people in the front. No, my pick is actually the only game I've been able to play here. This is a game called Solenia from Pearl Games. It's a very attractive game. It's got a really stark, interesting-looking cover, and it's a pretty simple family weight game. In it, you are going to have an airship, a giant airship on a track. It's a board made of different tiles, and sort of line them up. Some are daytime. On the back of the tile will be a nighttime selection of actions. And they go there's one that traverses from night to day on the back from day to night. You're going to lay these out. You are going to play cards from your own personal deck of cards around the ship in order to gather resources, or then, once you've got some of those, turn around and deliver goods to these floating islands. And you are just, cashing in the goods, taking a victory point tile and scoring it on your little board. But every time you play a specific card from your hand, and your deck has several of these, you are going to advance the timeline, if you would. You're going to take the very last of those tiles. You are going to trigger some special powers on the cards, take the tile off the board, flip it, and put it at the front of this sort of, machine, and you advance the airship. So it turns slowly from night to day, and then back to night, and you can take smaller actions now, but farther back on this track, knowing that that card will drop off the line soon and give you that bonus. I really found it pretty fun, and it's a quick game. It's about 45 minutes. Definitely light, really straightforward resource management, but it looks amazing, and it's got a really nice flow to it. I enjoyed it very much. Played 2-player, that was great. I can see it being just as fun with more. I'll have to find that a little later. But Solenia was really quite a blast. I enjoyed it a lot.
Suzanne.
I wasn't sure if my mic, we don't have any wires in our mic, so I thought maybe ours wouldn't work. And I thought that was maybe a sign. All right, I couldn't decide, so I'm going to let you decide which games I talk about. So the choices are a game that you can't get here by Uwe Rosenberg.
Come on.
No, I was answering the question.
A game you can't get here by Uwe Rosenberg. Or a game that you can get here that's very pretty. So, do you want the Uwe Rosenberg that you can't get yet? Okay, so you want the game that you can get here. Got it, okay. Fair enough. The people have decided.
I'm glad the madness stopped somewhere.
All right, I got to play a game called Ceylon from Ludonova. This is a thumbs up from Z. And it's a game all about the tea industry and tea is it farming, I guess?
Oh, it's a farming game?
Cultivation. It's about tea farming. And you've got a board. There's a little bit of area control as you're planting tea on different levels, and the 3 different levels definitely come into play because you're going to collect different tea resources to fulfill contracts. And so there's that area control bit, the resource management bit. Honestly, it's fairly standard Euro fare in some ways. It's very pretty. Where the game really starts to elevate itself is in the action mechanism. So it's all driven by cards. And there are 2 major actions and 2 alternate actions on every card. So you have a hand of cards, and when you play it, the board is set up when you play it. So the side that's pointed in one direction is the action you take. The side that's pointed away from you is the action everybody else gets to take.
Yeah.
And you also get the option of taking the internal little alternate actions. And that was really interesting card play. It led to a lot of interesting choices as other players were giving you actions that you loved. As you're looking around and you're trying to pick actions for your opponents that they couldn't do, you would look around and you realize, oh, they can't plant because they haven't met certain conditions, so I'm going to make sure they get a card with the plant action. And really managing that feels a little, it feels like it has some interaction in that way. But then you never feel like you're completely cut off because you do have those 2 alternate actions that worst case scenario you can get some money or you can move around the board. So you never feel completely shut out. It also keeps you engaged in everybody's turn because in everybody's turn, you're going to get to do something. So that card mechanism alone, I think, makes Ceylon really
Sounds
worth
interesting.
looking at. Wait, no.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, Sam.
I'm sorry.
I'm keeping him awake. Don't worry. Keep going.
So that was Ceylon. You can pick it up at Ludanova.
Okay. And now for our special guest.
I thought I was just a special guest for the game show.
You get
Okay, so I played one game here. In fact, it's the only game I played. It's called Mesozoic by Z-Man. And you kind of draft cards.
That with you.
Yeah. I'm about to tell everyone how good Suzanne was at it and how bad I was at it. But let me explain the game first. So, you draft cards and you're kind of building a zoo, but there's little exhibits and little monorails. You have to kind of get them in a pattern, but you shuffle your cards randomly and you put it out like those old sliding puzzles where you have to get the numbers 1 through 16 in order. And you have to do it in 45 seconds, which my brain couldn't wrap around. Someone else's could.
You're fine.
I want to clarify something here too. The person who said, I hate this, I'm not very good at it, I'm horrible at it, then she wins by a clear mile over Jason. It felt good. All right, well, that's our games. We're going to do a game show here in just a minute, but before we do a game show, we spent no expense, and from kilometers away, we brought in a special entertainment guest duo, and we'll bring them forth now.
Yes. Hi, good day, everyone. How are you doing?
Guess I have to say.
Today, it's me, it's Dave Luza, but I'm not alone. Would you all know who I have here? This is? Ilka, yes, Ilka Luza.
Yes.
Ilka, my
You
wife.
tried to silence me, but here I am. Yeah, hi. Hi.
It is true, Tom flied us over here. And
Yes,
thank you
yes,
so
yes,
much,
yes.
Tom,
It's
for
very far
paying it.
for us.
We live in Düsseldorf.
It's very hard to get to the airport, then fly here, then no, it's really close. I'm really happy to be here. It's the first time I have audience behind me. That's why I'm a bit.
In the round, baby.
Yeah. It's 360. This is actually the best view. I'm just for the record, I'm really, really tall and blonde. So we want to do something here. We want to entertain you also.
Yes.
You wanted to say something about me, I think.
I wanted to say, well, it's true. I mean, if you look at Board Game Breakfast and our segment, The Pitch, you know that I have nothing to say in our household. So, Ilka, this also I will leave to you.
That's so not true. Okay. Yes. We do improv theater. We want to do a scene for you guys. Do you know what that is? Has anyone seen that? Yep. By show of hands? One person has. Great. Would you explain it to the rest of them? That would be awesome. For the rest, we sometimes ask questions and then we do something with the answers. So now I would like you to turn to your neighbor. Yes, really look away from us. Turn to your neighbor, look at your neighbor. And please tell me, what board game does your neighbor remind you of?
Just shout out. What do you have?
Captain Sonar.
Captain Sonar.
What's that?
Istanbul. What? Okay.
These are the kinds of questions that we will ask our audience, and we asked our the esteemed members of the panel the question we asked them for game rules. We're going to incorporate them into our scenes, lines from game rules that we hopefully have gotten from you guys.
Yes, they are all here on the table.
Also,
we have not looked at them.
Who wrote which one. That's interesting.
Thought it was fun.
Because I'm sure you think it's all fun and games in our household, but it's not. So, silence. I'm so sorry. I killed the mood. So we're going to try and spice it up with these game rules. We're going to see a scene between a normal couple, and we're going to see what these rules are going to do with that. So we had a really clever question prepared.
Yeah, I thought it would be nice to start in somewhere where there is no board game made, so we're not starting on Mars or something else. Name a location that you don't think of immediately of a board game.
Good luck with that.
Düsseldorf.
I'm sure there's a Düsseldorf Monopoly. I'm really sure.
And there we go. Yeah. Sorry?
What's that?
Huddersfield. Oh, yes. Huddersfield, yeah, sure. Oh, let's go with Huddersfield.
So let's go with the typical Dutch location. I love that. What might be Huddersfield is in Holland, right?
No, Huddersfield.
I'm so sorry. I'm really misunderstanding everything today. Yes, Huddersfield.
Yeah, Huddersfield. So good. Agriculture and stuff like that, right?
Agriculture.
Practically nothing there. Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll start in a barren landscape that is called Huddersfield, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go.
Hello, kind sir. What are you doing?
Excuse me, Huddersfield is full. You cannot enter.
What?
Yes. We have so many people already in Huddersfield. You have to wait outside the borders of Huddersfield until someone leaves, and then you can enter.
Okay, I will take a step back, but be warned. I have a very clever line that will get me entrance here, and that line I'm going to see now if I can read it. The owner of the game inflates the clubs. Does that make sense to anyone? I don't know. Okay.
Well,
yes,
that's why you think.
And inflate.
I know what you're thinking. We are all prehistoric people here, and you can hit us whenever you wanted to hit us. But no, that's not true. We in Huddersfield, we are very proud of our city, and we only do what we feel is necessary. And you have to talk to my mother about stuff.
To your mother?
Yes, she is the chieftain of Huddersfield.
I will. Well, then get me that mother, quick.
Mother, a river is a body of water between two land territories. That's her cue.
Yes, I'm coming. What's up? Yes, in Huddersfield.
Kind lady, I would like to enter your beautiful city.
No, then first give me the most important message from abroad.
From abroad? Yes, I will do that. From abroad. I have something from abroad here, and it's clap at the start of a new round. Good. You're very good at taking cues. I love that. Yes, I will clap, and then I will round and round and round, and then I can enter.
I've seen more than 140 rounds in my lifetime, so I'm happy to start another round with you. You are allowed entrance into Huddersfield.
Okay. Aren't you curious what it is I came to do here?
What are you going to do in Huddersfield?
I have no idea. It's so famous and it's so beautiful here that I really wanted to come.
Oh, yes, we have one person we like to honor here in Huddersfield.
Who's that?
Well, it's not who you think it is. It's Patrick Stewart. He was the famous person who was the first to say, the player with the highest strength total wins the battle.
Is that Klingon? Or I have no idea what you're saying. With the highest threats? What is that?
As long as I have strength in my body, I will be able to tell you that I saw Sir Patrick Stewart for the first time.
Well, get him to me. Get him. You already played the mother, so you can play Patrick Stewart now. Come on.
I was
being called for. It's Patrick Stewart. Oh my goodness. There's something I've been meaning to tell you all my life.
You want to tell me something?
Yes.
Make it so.
This is what I have come to say to you. Flick it without using your thumb.
Time for a game show!
Time for a game show, yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're going to do the same game show we did the last 3 years. So, sad news, though. We have totally run out of Z Garcia.
Oh, happy day!
So, today our choice is a sticker of Jason Levine. And a bag of chips, also with Jason Levine. Why? Signed by, well, no, that doesn't matter. That's one choice. The other choice, we're going to give out games, so we're going to start with a copy of Steamrollers, a roll and move game. So what is
Roll and write.
You said roll and move.
I did say roll and move.
You did.
Yeah, okay, I don't care. All right. So we're gonna draw some names. Jason's gonna pull them from here. And then we're gonna pick one person to be on Sam and Mandy's team, and one person to be on Z and Suzanne's team. We're gonna ask you a question, or Eric's gonna ask you a question.
Can you tape this?
I surveyed, I think it was like 900 people, and asked them some questions. Realized a couple things. First of all, I'm not saying these are correct answers. I'm not saying they're good answers. They're just answers. Did anyone answer this? Did anyone here fill out the survey? A few people? It's mostly Americans, so take that as it will. It's also mostly gamers, so there's that too. So each team will get to guess 4 times. So one person will get to go twice on the team. And if you guess the answer, that's how many points your team gets, unless you pick the answer with the most, in which case you give those points to the other team. Same rules we always do. Am I forgetting something?
Shall we start with the guest each time so that they answer twice? Or should we start with someone else each time so that they answer
We'll
twice?
let the teams decide. I don't care.
Oh?
All right, so who do we have for Sam and Mandy's team?
3, 9, 5. 3, 1, 9.
All right,
Yeah!
Congratulations. You are the member of the winning team.
Suzanne's team.
Probably not. Oh, that's right. You're on my team.
330.
330. All right. There's people in the middle. Good job. Well, while they're coming up, Eric, why don't you read us the question we can start thinking about it?
Sure thing. Both of you guys are coming to the front middle chairs on your respective teams. So, we asked the internet. The top 13 answers are on the board. What animal would make the worst hat?
Welcome. David, nice to meet you, David.
What animal would make the worst hat? And since I'm standing closest to this team, let's have them go first.
All right, David. Oh my. The worst hat?
The worst pet.
Oh, pet.
Not the best. Not the worst hat.
Well, come on. That could work. That could work.
A turtle hat.
Consider the stores.
I'm asking that question next time.
Which of you would like to answer first?
Well, David.
What's your name?
All right, what is
The
your
worst
name?
pet.
What about marsupial?
Marsupial.
You know those
marsupial.
one-celled organisms that lived on sorry.
Americans answered this.
Do you know what our educational system is like?
Kind of the opposite. I'm from Denmark.
Okay, see, well, yeah, all right. Well, all right, go ahead. Marsupials is the
Marsupials. I'm afraid marsupials is not on the list.
Okay. Missed it by that much.
What is your name, sir?
I'm Ernest.
Hi, Ernest. Where are you from?
I'm from Switzerland.
Switzerland.
It's a very tentative woo. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, let's woo. All right. Woo.
What animal would make the worst pet?
A skunk.
Yes.
A skunk.
A skunk.
Yeah, it's a skunk.
A skunk.
He's combining the fact that it stinks with the word skunk.
Yeah,
skunk.
okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Accurate, accurate.
Sorry.
No, you got it.
understood that one, right? That was clear.
Yes.
Oh,
Skunk. Skunk is on the list.
It's not first.
No.
It's the number one answer.
We should have gone with marsupial. Next time, marsupial.
I know.
67 people said skunk.
No.
Sam, now that the board is all safe,
Boy.
what animal would make the worst pet?
What animal would make the worst pet? Golly, I don't know. I mean, there's so many weird pets out there. How about a... No, I don't want to say a cat, because then people will hate me for it. I'm definitely not going to say a dog, because that's the best pet in the world.
Yeah.
Does everyone agree with you on that?
No, not everyone. But, I mean, you know, some of them are right and some of them
Answer
are
the
wrong.
question.
What? I'm going to say spiders, because they just have too many legs.
Spider's on the list. 24 people said spider. It's the number 9 answer.
All right, that's cool. Good enough.
Mr. Garcia.
Yeah.
Worst pet.
I'm going to go with a Komodo dragon. I actually used to own a Komodo dragon. I also used to own 2 feet.
Sorry,
Oh, you
I didn't mean to do that. I thought you were done.
You're a...
I don't want to say anything then.
This is why I have a microphone that always works.
That's how you do it. All right.
Komodo
Anyway.
dragon's on the list.
Yeah, baby. More than
Number
that.
12 answer with 17 votes.
Holy
right.
cow. All right, on the board. I mean, some gave them a lot of points.
Sorry.
What animal would make the worst pet?
I know something rather Canadian. Moose.
Ooh.
Moose.
Always so out of left field.
What?
Not on the list. I'm sorry.
Moose are mean. They are very mean.
They are so mean.
Yes. That is horrible.
Worst pet.
Worst pet, clearly
after a skunk, rattlesnake.
Snake is on the list. It's number 7 with 32 votes.
I got you.
All right, you get to answer twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
Go with another one.
So the number 2 answer is still on the board. You can still earn a good number of points. What animal would make the worst pet?
An alligator.
An alligator.
That's a good
Good
answer.
list. It's number 8 with 29 votes.
Very good. Very good.
All right, what do you think was the number 2 answer? What would make the worst pet?
Couldn't get worse, so I go for the cat.
So divisive.
Cat is on the list. It's number 5.
Very well done.
All right, well, Jason is totaling. Let's work our way up the list. Number 13 was giraffe with 16 votes.
Moose doesn't sound so bad.
Komodo dragon with 17 votes. We mentioned that. Shark, 11, was number 11 with 21 votes. Crocodile, 23 votes, was number 10. Spider, we mentioned. Alligator, we mentioned. Snake, we mentioned. Hippo, 36 votes.
Okay.
Was number 6.
My moose doesn't sound so bad after hearing
Cat was number 5. Number 4 was porcupine with 39 votes. Number 3, whale. 49 votes.
It would be a bad pet.
It's an impractical pet. It's not a bad pet. You can't have a pet whale.
It's a poor choice. Number 2, elephant, 62 votes. Jason, who won that round?
Well, Z's team got 86 points.
Are you sure?
Sam's team got 120 points.
Told you. All right.
Which means the question goes to you, sir. Game or Jason?
You better say the right thing here.
Actually, I'm more into having Jason's stuff.
Hey, hold on. Wait, this never happens with me. This time it's just a sticker.
All right, we're going to take the game.
Wait. I'm flabbergasted. Thank you.
Our next game up here
Hey,
is
man.
Curious, and it comes along with this Empire of the Dawn expansion from Grant Rodiak. And there you go. So we're going to call up some people for Sam's team. Last 3 numbers. 172. 172. Are you out there? All right.
All right.
And for Suzanne's team. 891. 891. Are you out there?
Man coming.
All right.
Yes, man, yes.
He wants to pass it on. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it.
There we go. Over here.
We're going to start with Z and Suzanne's team for this question.
All right. Hey.
There are 9 answers on the board this time. What's the worst game to give a friend as a Christmas gift?
The worst game.
What's the worst game to give a friend as a Christmas gift?
Oh.
Who wants to go first? All right. Before you answer, what's your name?
Vincent.
Vincent, where are you from?
From the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. All right, you can give your answer into the microphone there. Vincent, what's the worst game to give a friend as a Christmas gift?
We don't want number 1.
Scrabble.
Oh.
Scrabble's not on the board.
All right, here we go.
All right, your name.
Still?
Where are you from?
Norway.
Norway got big applause.
All right, speaking into the mic, what's the worst game to give a friend as a Christmas gift?
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee also not on the list.
All right. Wow.
I don't know.
Oh, you're guys are writing notes now?
Hey, you can't do that.
Of course we
You're up
can.
next.
We're educated.
Worst game to give a friend is a Christmas gift.
Can I steal this?
You gonna steal my answer?
Okay, never mind.
No, you. If it's good, then you stole it. If it's bad, it's all you.
I'm gonna go with Racco.
You should have stolen my
American.
answer,
It's
man.
okay. They'll know what I'm talking about.
No, they won't.
It's not? No. Well,
Come on, man. It's like your grandma probably hasn't heard of that game.
is it out of print? Well, there you go. It makes sense for me to mention, doesn't it?
No.
Sam,
Oh man, now I
worst
gotta.
game to give a friend as a Christmas gift.
I'm gonna say. I'm definitely not gonna say that game. But I'll leave you with yours. I'm gonna go with the worst game you could possibly give your friends. So you want to keep them as a friend after this. My gears don't turn that fast. All right, shut up. Let's go with Uno.
Uno's on the list.
Let's just hope it's not numero uno.
It's number 6.
Okay, that's good.
Uno has 20 votes. Suzanne, what answer did Z not steal from you?
No, say yours.
Say mine.
I left it for you.
Even though it has pie, it's got to be Trivial Pursuit. It's not a good game to give.
Trivial Pursuit, not on the list.
Because that's pie. It's totally pie.
It's a high scoring round.
I eat it all the time. What's your problem?
Andy, what answer have you been waiting to foist upon us?
Moose.
Make eye contact.
Pandemic.
Yeah! Oh, you gotta sit down, boy! Sit down!
Wow, I'm shocked by that one.
That's right!
No, that's not right.
We don't care. That was good. That was perfect.
All right, so high scoring round. One last chance to get on the board.
Come on,
What is the worst game to give a friend as a Christmas gift?
I think Munchkin.
Munchkin. Yeah, not bad.
Oh, Munchkin's on the list.
Uh-oh.
It's not one.
It's number 4.
I think that one was a good one that I gave you. That you may want to
26 votes for Munchkin.
Yeah.
All right, one last chance to take the lead in this round.
All right. Diplomacy.
Okay. I might be out of print, but
It's on the list.
it is on the list.
Yeah.
Oh no.
61 people said it. It's number 3.
That's nice.
Number 9.
Is that it?
The scores was LCR. Left, center, right. Maybe they don't even have that in Europe because
We only have good games here.
number 8 was Sorry with 13 votes. Number 7, Twilight Imperium.
Just show them.
Perfect choice. You should really get them the 4th edition, not the 1st edition. That's why it's on the list.
I'm going to stand on this side while everybody. Number 6 was Uno with 20 votes. Number 5, Phase 10, Tom's favorite, with 22 votes. Number 4, Munchkin, we mentioned. Number 3, Diplomacy, with 61 votes. Number 2, Cards Against Humanity, with 88 votes. And of course, everybody recognized number 1 with 265 votes.
Monopoly.
So, Jason, I think I followed along. Which team won that round?
That was a pretty easy one to score.
Sorry.
Team Suzanne got 26, and Team Mandy got 81.
All right. So the question comes to you. Game or Jason?
I'll take the game.
What?
Very wise, very wise.
Let's hear it for our contestants.
Another copy of Steamrollers up, and a poster of all the Dice Guys.
Yeah, he didn't even take the sticker. Yeah. At least people used to take my figure to their seats, at least.
This is the greatest game. All right. On Sam's team, and Mandy's team. Last 3 digits, 956. On T and Sue's team, 236.
Third time's the charm.
6, whatever.
All right, what's the question?
There were 13 answers on the board this time. We've gone the entire game so far without a food question, so why not? What delicious food would make a terrible ice cream flavor? Ooh. What delicious food would make a terrible ice cream flavor? Which of you would like to answer that one first?
Gary, go ahead.
All right, your name first?
It's Gary.
Gary? Where are you from?
England.
England. Gary, into the mic. What delicious food would make a terrible ice cream flavor?
Spaghetti.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spaghetti's on the list. It's the number 9 answer with 17 votes. Our newcomer over here, what's your name?
Yum.
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 Where are you from?
Belgium.
Yeah, I think so.
Which delicious food would make a terrible ice cream flavor?
We're going for salmon.
Salmon.
It is delicious.
Salmon is delicious.
Fish fight!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with fish as the number 10 answer with 16 votes.
All right, on the board, there you go.
All right, fish.
Virtual tie. You're leading by 1 point over here. Sam?
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
That's why you need this.
sushi.
That was fish.
Sushi has 61 votes.
Oh.
It's number 3.
Also, not fish. There's much more to sushi than fish.
Now I'm confused.
Z.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go with... Right? Me too, kid. Me too. Okay, I'm going to go with shrimp. Scrimpies.
Kind of fish?
I don't know.
Shrimp are on the list.
Why is nothing fish?
It's... Well, we had fish. We had to catch all fish. But shrimp are not fish. Anyway, shrimp, number 12, 14 votes.
All right.
Right.
It's called shellfish.
Hello, Mandy.
Hello.
What delicious food would make a terrible ice cream flavor?
I'm gonna say steak.
Steak.
Oh.
You know how many people said steak on this list?
It's too early for it to be number one.
70 people said steak.
That's 2. That's got to be 2.
It's number 2.
I have no idea what's one.
I don't know what's number 1.
Chicken.
That's what makes it fun. You
Chicken?
don't know what number 1 is.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they could say it and you could still win.
Nope.
All right. I will go as a vegetarian. I'll say, I just assume this is delicious, meatloaf. It's something Americans eat.
That's definitely an American dish.
Yeah, that's not on the list.
Sorry.
Yeah, no meatloaf.
Sorry.
One last chance to make it on the board. What delicious food would make a terrible ice cream flavor?
Oh, maybe. That's a good answer, though.
I would just say just go random so that you don't say
Yeah.
number 1. Just do something. That was by an accident. I did not mean to throw that. We need some chicken wire up here. Huh? Yeah, we're winning. Yeah, we're tearing it up, man.
Like a little marsupial.
Marsupians. Very good. Very good.
Give me a second.
Okay, thank you.
Marsupians are not on the list.
Perfect. You have your pick.
Yeah.
What actual answer would you like to give?
We're gonna take cheese.
Cheese. Cheese is definitely on the list. Okay. It is, however, number 7 with 21 votes.
They got number 2 and 3. You can't, that's rough. That's rough.
It takes a couple rounds to get used to the game, right?
Oh, it's
No,
Shut up.
I'm like overly mean this time. So 13 was curry with 13 votes. Number 12 was shrimp, as we mentioned. Number 11, just beef, just generic beef. 16 votes. 10, as we mentioned, was fish, also with 16 votes. Spaghetti was number 9. Bacon was number 8. I think there actually is bacon ice cream.
There is, yes.
Oh, it's good.
With 20 votes. Cheese was number 7 with 21. Taco was number 6 with 24
Like a
votes.
fish taco? What kind of taco? I have a problem with this handset.
Lasagna was number 5 with 30 votes.
No, I think that would be
Chicken
good.
was number 4 with 48 votes. Sushi number 3, steak number 2, and with 142 votes, the number 1 answer, pizza.
Oh, Americans.
That's right. All right. Drum roll, please. Who won that round, Jason?
So, normal food eating is 51 points, and marsupial eating Sam,
They should lose points for doing that.
148 points.
That's right. What? All right. Okay.
I am quite positive that marsupials are delicious.
I'm going to be changing the rules.
Because they're so small, they can be added to anything.
We're going to be adding an expansion. If you pick an answer that no one said, your score goes back down to 0.
Whoa. All right.
Next.
The question is, game or Jason?
Okay, please.
Why? Contestant, please.
Very good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I believe Suzanne is requesting an official team change. Is that legal?
Switch it up. Four
No, he took it.
Scares
He took
winning
it.
team. 181.
Everybody's like, nah.
181, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Who's got a second?
854.
Over there.
854.
Sorry,
All right.
be back.
It's our round. It's our round.
All right,
This is this.
Here we go. We're beginning with this team here.
Favorite question.
What board game would be a terrible name for your new baby? What board game would be a terrible name for your new baby?
Terrible name for your baby.
Our new baby.
Which of you would like to answer first?
I'll have a go.
You'll have a go? What's your name, sir?
Philip.
Where are you from, Philip?
Belgium.
Belgium. All right, Philip. Into the mic in front of you. What board game would be a terrible name for your new baby?
Massive darkness.
I wish it was on the list. All right, over to the other side. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Matt.
Hi, Matt. Where are you from?
The UK.
The UK. All right, Matt. What board game would be a terrible name for your new baby?
You can buy it here from Essen, and it's Caca Alarm.
One more time. Tom's phone just went off. What?
Caca Alarm.
Hacker alarm.
No, Caca.
Caca.
Is that the one where you have to catch the? You have it's the English pronunciation would be something like caca. Yeah, but that's fine. It's good.
Yeah, that's not on the list either. But also a good one for a baby.
Oh my god.
That's good. That's good.
Z.
I'm gonna go with. Let's see, a little Garcia. No. I'm gonna go with Can't Stop Garcia. Just let him go.
That's a great name. What are you talking about? No, that's not on the list.
Oh.
All right, Sam.
This is a tough one. Bad game for a baby's name. Blood Rage.
Blood Rage is on the list.
Oh man.
62 people said Blood Rage,
Okay, should be okay.
making it the #1 answer.
Yes, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You need it.
Thank you.
All right, you're in the lead.
Woo.
Suzanne.
Yes.
What board game would be a terrible name for your new baby?
Love easy. Pandemic Garcia just doesn't have a ring.
Have you met Little Pandemic?
Candy for sure.
Pandy.
Pandy.
I'm gonna start calling you Pandy.
That's cute. Pandy is on the list.
Woo!
It's #2.
Yeah.
Do it, Suze, you killed it. We got 1 and 2.
47 people said Pandemic. Mandy, the #3 still there? What board game would be a terrible name for your new baby?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think here it's called Clong?
Clank. Yeah, so clong.
Blank.
Clank.
Blank is not on the
That was a good one.
Okay.
I like that one.
One more chance to get on the board and increase your lead. What board game would be a terrible name for your baby?
She just stole Clank.
That person needs to get something.
You're not worthy.
You're crap. Who said that?
Who said that?
Yeah, who said that?
I got a signed Jason.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware we had lifelines in this game, but would you like to go with the audience on that one?
Oh, hell yeah.
Secret Hitler's on the list. It's number 4.
Yeah!
Go big! So you're playing for glory at this point.
Wow.
Can you find the number 3 answer? What board game would be a terrible name for your new baby?
Well, if you couldn't think of a name for your child, you'd probably call it Uno, because it's your first.
Uno.
Uno! No, Uno. It's not on the board. So number 10, with 12 votes, was Catan.
But when it's your kid's name, it's Kate.
It's Caitlin. What, Caitlin? No, Caitlin. Anyway. Number 9, sorry. 15 votes.
Would have been better.
Number 8, Scythe, also with 15 votes.
That's a rad name.
That's what it's
I'm
bad,
thinking
actually.
Scythe.
Number 7 with 15 votes as well, Monopoly. Number 5 with 19 votes, Tom wrote as...
you skipped number 6. Skip number 6.
Oh, I skipped number 6. Teotihuacan. With 16 votes.
Definitely would be called Tio for the rest of his life.
Sure. With 19 votes, number 5 was Kingdom ETH Monster, but I think Tom meant Kingdom Death Monster. Number 4, as we mentioned, Secret Hitler. Gloomhaven was number 3.
That's good. Gloomhaven.
Again, Blood Rage.
I would like to point out that Blood Rage is still number 1.
All right. I think I followed along on that one, but who won that round, Jason?
Well, this one, Team Suzanne scored 150.
Big old goose egg.
And Team Mandy scored 0.
And so, game or Jason?
Wait, I signed this one.
Pick a
Game
game.
or signed Jason?
You signed the
So
game?
what he's saying is you base your property before
You know what? You can sign the game.
Pick the game.
That's a tough choice then, the game.
Yeah,
There
there
it
you go.
is. Let's hear it for our 2 contestants.
Thank you.
All right. Another Steamrollers and another poster. And Mandy's team that needs a comeback, 958. 958. All right. And on the newly charged Garcia Sue's team, 140. 140.
I'd like to point out that I'm doing much better than last year.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Name a famous wizard.
Uh-oh.
There are 10 answers on the board. Name a famous wizard. Who wants to go first? The audience rumbling.
Go for it.
Are you ready? Where are you from?
From Belgium.
From Belgium, your name? Bart.
Okay.
Bart from Belgium, name a famous wizard.
I choose Gandalf.
Maybe it's number 2? We're all strategizing.
It's my favorite part of this game. It's when somebody says something and the entire audience just...
Yeah, that's true.
The audience could see it coming.
It's number 2.
Gandalf is number 1 with 340.
At this point, we can say whatever.
All right. Well, these 5-year-olds are playing. What's your name?
I'm Steven.
Steven, where are you from?
And Huddersfield.
Are you really?
So that scene was entirely accurate, right? Okay. Steven, I need you to name a famous wizard.
We get to say Harry Potter.
Well, Dumbledore.
Harry Potter's on the list. He's number 3 with 86 votes.
Who else is there? Who you got?
Sam. Famous wizard?
Well, he was called a crazy old wizard by Han Solo, so I'm going to go ahead and say Obi-Wan Kenobi. Because it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi because it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
No, Obi-Wan is not on the list.
Good.
Sam, are you just giving up? Okay.
Now you're just going to go in for a
Just giving you that false sense of hope.
Got it. I can just say whatever I want now. Like, yeah, that old dude from the Never-Ending Story. Yeah, whatever. No, I'm gonna go with the Wizard of Oz.
I mean, he's got wizard in his name, right?
Right.
He is not a wizard. Clearly, he was a dude behind a curtain pushing buttons.
Push
not
a button.
a wizard.
America.
If ever a wonderful whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because he's number 7.
Yeah.
Because.
Mandy, hi.
Hi.
At least choose a wizard.
I was.
Name a Canadian wizard. No, I'm not.
Justin Trudeau? Like
No, wait, name a wizard. Name a famous wizard.
Well, it was one of my favorite series on the BBC. Merlin.
Yeah, oh, that's it.
Oh, that's one we missed.
Yeah.
Merlin is an excellent answer.
we haven't
It's
said
number
that
2.
That makes sense. They got number 2. They gotta be careful. They might still go for it.
161 votes.
How do we miss that?
Nice.
I know, that was a good one. That was a good one, Mandy. Well done.
Number 4 is still on the board.
Number 4 is clearly Dumbledore.
It's not often that people call out the number.
And yet, Suzanne just did correct.
Okay. That's how you do it.
Number 4 is clearly Dumbledore with 55 votes.
Because it rhymes. Number 4 is Dumbledore.
I'm going to just give you a clue here. Number 5 does not rhyme.
Okay. Spoilers.
Number 5, name a famous wizard, or any of the other numbers that are available.
Okay. Sets of Terry Goodkind, the Terry Goodkind series. Wizard Sets. Maybe it's a Dutch translation.
You're talking about the Sword of Truth?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't remember his name. Sorry.
Zed.
Zorander, yeah. Zul Zorander, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was not on there. All right, one last chance to get farther on the board.
You have one?
Yeah, I'd like to reference a podcast called Away from the Magic Tavern. Has anyone listened to that?
Yeah.
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 So Usador the Blue.
What's the name?
Usador the Blue. I don't know.
Also not on the list. All right, let's go through number 10. Nice. Hermione Granger.
Yeah.
8 votes. Wrightsland is number 9. I don't know that one.
Who?
Wrightsland.
Oh, Raceland. Yeah, that's from the Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Voldemort was number 8.
No.
The Wizard of Oz we mentioned. Rincewind. Number 6. And the only one we didn't mention was number 5 with 17 votes. Harry Dresden.
Oh, Dresden Files. Okay, good.
I didn't think about that.
Dresden.
Yeah, close game. What were the totals?
You're so sassy today.
No, I don't know what something are.
161.
Yeah.
Team Z 500.
Ooh.
right. Jason Levine or game?
I like the sticker, please, the Jason.
He picks Jason.
Yeah.
Grab them.
And I'm signing this here. Okay, on Mandy's team, 937.
937.
The tides have turned.
937.
Lose that badly.
Yeah!
I'm going there as like all women.
020. 020. All right. All right. What question we got?
What board game name would make a great tattoo? What board game name would make a great tattoo?
Not Secret Hitler.
All right, which of you three wants to go first this time?
Oh, come on.
Sure. That's a good one. I like that.
Go for it.
So we'll begin with our guest once again. Your name?
Markus.
Marcos, where are you from?
From Münster, Germany.
All right. Marcos.
Tell who's still winning.
What board game name would make a great tattoo?
I think I go with Blood Rage.
I thought we spoke about this. It's 2. It's fine. It's number 2.
Blood Rage is on the list.
It's number 2.
61 votes.
It's number 2.
It's number 2.
Thank you, guys. Yes, I am a wizard. See, the Wizard of Oz is real.
Yeah, if you mention number 1, the other team gets the points, yeah.
So you should.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello there, what's your name?
Svenja. I'm from Germany.
All right, welcome. Svenja, what board game name would make a great tattoo?
As always, it's Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Oh, sorry. Bad accent.
No, not on the list.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh. Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. What board game name would make a great tattoo?
You have another one.
No, those are both awful.
I know.
This one's good.
Really?
Well, it's better than those.
It is. If only we knew what you were talking about.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
Okay, fine. I'm going to say Rising Sun.
Rising Sun. 16 votes, making it the number 6 answer. Well done.
Okay.
Just give you my answer. I don't got one now.
No time to think.
Samuel. What board game name would make a great tattoo?
I'm going to go with Rum and Bones.
Rum and Bone?
It's like the Simon Fest.
Not on the list. No. It doesn't mean it wouldn't be good. It just, the internet didn't think so.
That's a good one. You want to use that?
Well, you're next, so.
Suzanne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, don't shout out Secret Hitler right now.
Yes.
Excellent.
Where are you going to tattoo that?
Don't ask that question. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, Marcus.
No. Wait. It was off.
Kalis. It's the best game ever.
You just want a terrible tattoo, and the guy would be frowning at the It would be awesome. It would be so mean.
If you flex, he smiles.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not on the list.
Yeah.
Let's head over to Mandy. Mandy, what board game name would make a great tattoo?
So it's a toss-up between Oh my goods. And azul. What do you think?
We get one.
I don't think either of them, but
Yeah, you don't get to get two answers.
So disqualified, right?
We will stay with the first one. Oh my goodness.
oh my goods.
Oh my goods. Not on the list.
I don't think anyone even thought that when they were filling out the survey.
Oh yeah, because you know what everybody's thinking. Lucky guess.
I mean, it could be.
All right, Marcos.
There you go.
I mean, it could be.
What board game
It could be
name would make a
something
great
like that.
tattoo?
I'll go with Mysterium.
No.
That would be neat.
But.
It, however, is not on the list. No.
Brutal.
All right, one last chance to get on the board. What board game name would make a great tattoo?
That is not okay, dude. That is not okay.
Anybody else? No, maybe.
No. Come on.
Between two. What shoes? Uno?
Go with Arkham Horror.
I go for Arkham Horror.
Arkham Horror.
That's awesome.
Again, epic. But no, not on the list.
Okay, I take.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, really?
Number 10, Dominion.
I take the stickers.
Number 10 was Dominion with 10 votes. Number
across
9,
the chest.
Skull with 10 votes.
Yeah.
Number 8, King of Tokyo.
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
Number 7, Pandemic. 12 votes.
Yeah, we had.
Number 6, we mentioned Rising Sun. Number 5, Gloomhaven, because Gloomhaven's on everything.
Yes.
17 votes. Number 4, None. 22 votes.
Okay.
What? None of them. Number 3, Azul. 27 votes. Number 2, Blood Rage, 61 votes. And the number 1 answer with 74 votes, Scythe.
I think they meant a symbol or something.
Yeah.
All right, who won that round, Jason?
Well, this was a close one again. Team Suzanne got 77, and for the second time this game, Team Mandy got 0.
That's right. Consistency. Consistency.
All right, the choice is Jason
you
or
want
game.
me.
Whoa!
It's really difficult.
If you pick Jason, he will throw himself at you.
He will, yeah.
I'll take the game.
Yeah.
Quick, take this and run.
Sorry.
Let's hear it for our 2 contestants, please.
All right, this last one here, last question. We're going to do the last question on that sheet. I like that one.
The last one.
Okay, we're gonna take the
Guess what that means for you, Jason? Guess what, buddy?
Western Legends here from Colossal Games. Very good game. Or a sticker, but we'll put 2. I'll sign both. And the poster. I'll even get them to sign the poster. A water bottle. Chips. And the leftover ticket. All right, for Sam's team. 203.
203.
Yeah.
Come on.
Team 153.
You're the next contestant on The Price is
153.
Wrong.
Yeah. Let's start again.
All right. Our last question, starting with this side of the table.
Ready?
Name a gun that doesn't shoot bullets. Name a gun that doesn't shoot bullets.
I got this.
Which of you 3 would like to begin?
Define bullets.
Nope.
Because we did.
Is bullets also?
I mean, come on, people.
Is
Oh, I
any
love you.
kind of projectile
we're
a bullet,
done here.
or are you talking about
got him.
a
She's on
metal bullet?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That was the question.
That's the
yes?
question. How was it answered?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I see Nerf gun.
Shall we start with our guest again? We've been doing this the whole time. What is your name?
Anthony.
Anthony, where are you from?
Belgium.
Belgium! Anthony, name a gun that doesn't shoot bullets. There are 11 answers on the board. Right.
I go for a paint gun.
Paint gun.
A paint gun, yeah, that's good.
This one's on.
Paint gun.
Paint.
Painting.
Yeah.
Paint gun is not on the list.
It was number 12.
Yeah.
It was number 12.
That's all right, good job.
What's your name? Where are you from?
France.
France.
Viva la France!
That was a no fry.
Name a gun that does not shoot bullets.
No.
Yeah.
A bubble gun?
A pop gun.
No.
Bubble.
Bubble.
A bubble gun.
Yeah.
You know that thing I always have in the park and my kid has to buy and I say no?
Yes. That I know that exact thing. No bubble gun. Not on the list.
How's that possible?
All right, Sam.
I'm going to say, first of all, possibility could be one that has an empty clip. That won't shoot a bullet, but
Oh my.
we're going to also
gravy.
say, let's go with a nail gun.
Oh, that's
A nail gun.
good answer. Good answer.
47 votes for nail gun. It's number 5. Z. Garcia.
All right. I think I'm gonna go with a stun gun.
Stun gun is on the list.
Woo!
It's number 10 with 16 votes.
All right, I'll take it.
I think, is this number 1?
It has to be.
That has to be number 1. Okay, so when I was a kid, I had a potato gun.
Somebody else had one too.
Potato
over there.
gun. It's a gun you actually make it at
Potato gun.
That's how much you
Shoot
don't
potatoes
get
out of it. Use CO2. Use
Potato gun's on the list. It has 50 votes. It's number 3.
Very good.
Oh, shoot. Yes, Eric.
Yes.
Don't do that, but that's fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Nerf gun. I know, risky, but we know what the number 1 is.
The audience is mixed on that one.
Yeah.
76 people said Nerf gun. Whoa. It's number 2.
Oh boy.
One last chance to get on the board. Name a gun that doesn't shoot bullets.
Staple gun? I don't know. I have no idea. Staple gun.
We go for staple gun.
Staple gun. Staple gun is on the list. It's number 6 with 25 votes.
Very good. Very good.
I don't know. Or,
It's more like a cannon.
I know, okay, fair enough. I mean,
All right,
that
turn
was
on
a
your mic
no.
before you answer.
This one is not before.
Well, they said paint, but they didn't say no. He probably would have been rainbow. Yeah, it's your choice. Your,
All right.
Well, I'm pretty sure what number 1 is, but
Yeah, so don't
say it.
of course you won't say
I'm
it.
just clarifying some things.
If you want me, you could say it.
I don't think you know how the rules of the game work. It's what you would name a gun that doesn't shoot bullets, right?
Yes, nothing's
Maybe.
changed in the last 5 minutes.
I would name it Steve. Don't say that. Anything else? That's fine.
He's covering it up.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I would say paintball.
Paintball gun.
Yeah.
No paintball gun.
All right.
So number 11 was radar gun. With 15 votes. Stun gun, we mentioned, 16 votes. Laser gun, 16 votes was number 9. Ray gun, 16 votes. Show gun,
Let's move on.
Staple gun, we mentioned, is number 6. Nail gun, number 5. Glue gun, number 4. Potato gun was number 3. Nerf gun, number 2. And number 1 with 164 votes.
Water gun. Yeah.
That's it. Who won the round, Jason?
Well, this one was pretty close. Team Sam and Mandy got 122, and Team Z and Suzanne got 92.
Oh.
And so your choice.
That was a close one.
Sorry, man.
Game or Jason?
A tough one, the game.
Really?
Another big
At least you'll be hydrated.
Very good, very good, very good. Well done, well done. Thank you.
We know some of you have to run and go because there's some games you want to get before it closes, but we'll take questions for about 10 minutes. So if anyone has questions, if you line up at that microphone next to the gentleman in the white fedora, which is a great hat, by the way, if you line up right there, we'll answer questions, but we'll end in about 10 minutes. So if anyone wants to go, line up now. I'm going to keep this because I'm tired of being talked over. And if there's no questions, we'll just end the whole thing.
What's it like to have your own microphone?
It's awesome.
No, there's you now have your own.
All right, we got somebody over there.
Go ahead, what do we got?
Future Eric here. Unfortunately, the questions from the audience were really hard to hear with the recording equipment that was on stage. So I have to summarize here our question from the gentleman from the Scandinavian countries. He wasn't very specific about where he was from. He said that that mega games are something we've talked about a lot on the podcast, but he never sees them in Europe, especially not at Essen, and was wondering if that whole trend just disappeared or if it's something that was specific to the United States.
I don't know that it's here. I know that they do it in the UK. Okay. It's extremely popular in America. At almost every convention, there's at least one. We just don't do them because Z. And
Yes.
But the thing is, for me, I love them. They're fantastic. It's just when I go to a convention to spend all day on one game, I sit there and go, I could play 20 games, or 3 or 4 games. You know, it's hard to make that change.
That's it. I didn't even need to say anything. I just turned it on. Exclamation mark.
Yeah, if you're willing to spend the time, it's one of the most fun experiences I've had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess I covered up on myself.
You gave me the answer you wanted.
Next question wanted to know where Tom got his suit.
The comic book store.
Well, behind my house, there was a
radioactive
No, it's
spider.
a website called OPPO. I think it's Oppa Suits or Opa Suits. I have no idea, but it's OPPO Suits. I saw a Pac-Man suit, and I thought that sounded interesting, but this one was better.
And for those of you listening at home, he's wearing a Spider-Man suit jacket.
Yes.
And now a question specifically for Z. Has he ever won a game where he played an honest character?
That is a good question. Have you ever won a game where you played your character?
No, where you could have played an honest character.
Oh, an honest character?
Yes.
Oh, that's an even better question.
I have to dig deep in my memory. Not just what was the last time I played an honest character, but the last time I was actually, an honest person. I don't know. It probably was a team win with Tom, most likely, and he kept me honest enough to win. So I'll count that. But I try to avoid it if at all possible.
Next up, Andreas from Sweden tells us that they are about to have Sweden's first board game championships and is asking what we think about competitive board gaming, whether it's a good idea or a terrible idea.
Yes.
I think if that's the way you want to play, go for it. I mean, there are players that certainly want to play at that level with other players at that level, and we have the World Board Gaming Championships in
which none of you come to, but it's definitely world.
Yes. And those players love to really strictly analyze the game and play at that high level. If that's your fun, do it. Great, go for it.
I've played in a couple of tournaments. One was a Warhammer 40K tournament, and then the other one was a Ticket to Ride tournament, of all things. And it literally sapped every single ounce of fun out of the game that I could have possibly had, because people were just too serious about the game. They treated it like I must win. And I'm over here going, don't care, I'm just going to cut you off, you know. It's just not fun for me. So I don't think it's wrong for people to do it, don't get me wrong. It's just not right for me.
Well, I used to play at the World Board Gaming Championships.
There you go.
That's why I beat all these guys all the time.
Just real quick, Jason, we'll get no more people in line. That's it then.
Okay.
But that's why I beat all these guys all the time. No, in seriousness.
Wow.
You can't take it seriously. You have to have fun, and I've seen a lot of super uber competitive people, and it's better to have fun and have fun with your friends than worry about being too intense.
That's good advice. Listen to it.
When we play something tonight, I'm really sure.
Also, this is the one place where you don't have to say super and uber. Either one's fine.
All right, next question.
Can Tom share anything about the next game in the Dice Tower Essentials line?
No. There are 3 more, but we can't announce them yet. I was told not to. But that's all I can say.
Don't do it, Spider-Man! Thanks.
Yes, and even though we hear it every single year, what was the hidden gem of the show?
No, listen, there was one I did find that I haven't played it, but looks really interesting, and that was Symphony. It was in hall number 5. It's this company from Italy. Huh? No, not that one. It's Symphony number 9.
No, that's Symphony
No, that's a different game.
Yeah.
This one was a very involved Euro-style game where you have instruments and you take tokens off them and put them on notes. Was that called something else? I thought it was
Symphony. No, it was called Symphony. Look for the guy who's wearing like the big tuxedo. With
no, he took it off, I think. But it's in hall 5. It looks really cool.
I hope you mean that he changed clothes.
He looked like a maestro. He even had the little wand.
We're about to make music.
It's not the voice caca alarm.
Eric can't unsee that.
Nope.
Anyone else besides me?
I would just like to say that how did you say it earlier? Sounds interesting.
Caca alarm?
The company is Doppio Gioco, and the game is called Symphony, yes.
Okay, I will mention one actually. I don't know if this is good or not, but it's a little trick-taking game called Tricky Dungeon. It looks to be sort of it's kind of like Feduti's trick-taking game a little bit, where you are, what is that one called, Sam? You really like it? Dwarf King, right? Dwarf King?
Huh?
The Dwarf King?
Oh, the Dwarf King, yeah, that's one.
So it's a trick-taking game in which you're going to have, heroes with special powers or magicians or something, and so the trick-taking in it is going to allow you to play some cards face down. Each hand is going to change, so it sounds fun. It sounds like one of the wilder trick-taking games. One thing I really liked about it, again, that's called Tricky Dungeon. One thing I thought was really interesting is that on the back, when they list age, sometimes they do, 10 to 99 or whatever. Well, this one says 12 to 88. That actually is possibly cutting some people off. You're 89, you are out.
You're 11, you're out.
Well, sure, but you should not play anyway.
I picked up one called Subatomic from, is it Genius? Genius Games. That's a deck builder about making atoms and molecules, and it seems neat. So I watched the demo and picked one up. They don't have many copies, but it looked fun.
Yeah, I would say I love coming to Essen because there are Asian publishers that don't come to American conventions here, so I always find a lot of little gems there. So I would say Layers. I think Tokyo Highway would be my go-to. If you can get that from Itten, it's amazing. But I think a lot of people know about that. Layers from Korea Board Games. It's a really fascinating little puzzle game with some different colored shapes that are cut out, and you have to twist and arrange them to match puzzles. It's very puzzly, but it's creative and a little different, so I really like that one.
I'm going to go with an Asian game also. High five on that.
No, high five. Hurry up. Come on, time's running out.
So there's a game that I really liked called Fold It, and then they made a second one called Battlefold, and they have this new one out called
Magic Fold,
and Bruno Catala got involved with this now, so I'm dying to see how it plays. But if you're looking for a nice little game, Magic Fold, it's really nice.
Oh my
I'll keep it really short. So, if you ever played Noria, the same designer, Sophia Wagner, she's here and she has a game called The Boldest. So this was new to me, so I'm not familiar too much with the game, but I loved her and I loved Noria, so I'm really looking forward to playing this.
Anything from Emperor S4. I take a lot of guff from these guys. Anything from Emperor S4 is a hidden gem in my opinion. They're great games. Their whole shtick is pretty much, they've got a couple heavier games out there, but generally speaking, Emperor S4 takes games that are very easy to play, very simple to teach, but once you learn how to play it, the amount of depth and thought processes that are there it feels like you're playing a bigger, heavier game, but you're not. And so Realm of Sand, Walking in Burano, Shadows in Kyoto, Hanami Koji, any of those are very good.
Yeah, not their whole line, Sam.
Okay, anyway, shut up. All right, we have one last question. We need to get going. What is it?
Lastly, are there any games over the years that you think you didn't give a fair shot?
No. Stop asking.
Also, no. I think we give them fair shots.
Look, we'll change our minds about a game. It does happen, right? After I've played the game for a year, but I can't play a game for a year before I review it. Just can't. And most people are going to get the same enjoyment I'm getting, again, if you like what I like, in the same time frame I'm getting it. So for me to play that game for a year and then review it, you might be missing out on 3 fantastic months with that game. It doesn't really translate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Bam.
Okay.
We really appreciate you all coming. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
Oh boy. I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Mandy Hutchinson.
I'm Sam Healy.
I'm Suzanne Sheldon.
And I'm Eric Summerer.
And Jason Levine, the Gaming Machine, as special guest.
And you've been listening to the Dice Tower.
Thanks for listening. Promotional consideration has been provided by game publishers in the form of review copies of games. This episode, number 578, was recorded in front of a live convention audience on October 26th, 2018. Special thanks to Matago and Colossal Games for sponsoring our live show. The Dice Tower is produced by Tom, Eric, Mandy, and Suzanne, with assistance from Itai Perez, Derek Porter, and Rob Siri. Timothy Pinkham composed our theme. That time when the IT guy interrupted the board meeting to declare to everyone that the router was back up, provided by the Networks executives. And hosting is provided by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games at great prices at CoolStuffInc.com. Don't forget to visit the other shows in the Dice Tower Network. Find your next favorite at DicetowerNetwork.com. Until next time, from all the gang at the Dice Tower, have fun gaming!